me. My name is Crafty JoJo and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I want to show you a slightly modified version of this little album, which is a concertina fold pocket album. And the amendment I made is the album that I'm going to make in this tutorial is slightly larger and has got tags on in the pockets that are actually organized for the week. So you would be able to use it, for example, as a week planner for your cooking plan or your shopping or whatever, or even your appointments. And I'm going to show you in the course of making this how this is going to work, but the outcome will be very similar to this one. So this was my prototype, and it has only got 6 pockets, and apparently for the whole week we need 7 days, so I decided to make 9 pockets, 7 for the days, and then 2 pockets which are going to be these ones here, because you know you have the 2, I call them the side pockets, where they are attached to the cover. The tags in there are slightly larger than the tags in the center piece, so the center piece is going to have 7 pockets plus the 2 side pockets, so that makes 9 pockets altogether. That's why the measurements are going to be slightly different. So I'm going to put away my prototype and show you what you will need. So you will need cardstock. For your cover you need 2 pieces measuring 10 inches by 4, and you're going to score them at 1 inch. And then you need also for the cover the white decorative panels that are going to be stamped, and they measure 8.5 by 3 3/4, and you're going to score them at 1/2 inch. And then you need your 9 pockets, and they are all measuring 8 inches by 6.5, and you're going to score them at 3 3/4 and at 7.5. And then you need your tags, and you need 7 tags measuring 7 inches by 3 1/4 inch, and 2 tags measuring 7 by 3 1/2. So let's just straight away start working. So I'm going to score on my paper trimmer, and this is going to be scored at 1 inch. So I'm going to align it. Can you see it? I'm going to align it here on the right scale. So here's my 1 inch, and make sure you don't cut it. Use the right blade. So we are going to score this at 1 inch and fold it. So this is what you get, and you do this on both pieces. Line it up to the 1 inch mark, score it. And these ones are going to be scored at 1/2 inch, so I'm going to align at 1/2 inch, which is here, 1/2 inch, and I'll score it. This is what it leaves you with, and again 1/2 inch, and this is what it leaves you with. And our pockets are going to be scored at 3 3/4, which is here, and at 7.5. So I need to put out my extension. 7.5 is here. So this is going to be your pockets, and this is how you're going to glue them together. The fold goes to the outside, okay, so that you have this slightly opened pocket. So I'm going to do this off camera to save some recording time, but this is how you're going to make your pockets, and then we're going to get assembling the whole thing. So I'm still in the process of folding and gluing my pockets together. I'm just going to quickly show you how I do it. I'm using the extra sticky red tape because that's extra strong, and I'm going to put my strip down to the outer edge of the flap that is going to close my pocket, because I don't want it to stand open. So if you apply it here, this end would be loose, so you apply to this edge, unless your sticky tape is wider and covers the whole flap. And this is how you glue it together. And this is my last pocket. So again, you just burnish and fold your page, and you put the sticky tape to this edge like so. You cut it, and that's it. And you close your pocket. If you've done this, this leaves you with 9 pockets, all exactly the same, and you arrange them in a way that this end here is all pointing to the same side, which is fine. So this is how you're going to actually glue your pockets together, by using double-sided sticky tape, and you're going to put a strip of the sticky tape to the center of your pockets, and this goes like so. So you don't start up here, you like roughly go an inch downward like so, and this is where you cut it. So you prep all your pockets like this. You eyeball it roughly an inch distance to the top, and you do all 9 pockets like so. Make sure that you have the closing flap to the same side when you do this, so you don't get the order mixed up. So this is what we do. And then the next thing you do is you adhere your pockets together. These are 2 more to do. And actually the last one you don't need to do like that, because this one is going to be glued to the outside and is going to have a different strip, different way of taking it. So the next thing you do is you are going to adhere them together. So the last one has no strip on so far. Make sure this points to there. You fold it over to this side and you undo this strip here, and to make them match up, the best possible way is to stand them up like so and just gently place them together. And you do this with all your 9 pockets, and that gives you this concertina fold look, although it is not a concertina fold. So what I'm doing is I use my fingers to line it up. Very easy and quick, beginner's level, even children can do it. You just need to take your time. So you stand the pockets up, and this is how you do it. So I'm going to finish this off camera and come back to you once I've done this. So this has left you with this pocket fold here. They are all lined up nicely, and you have the 2 outsides with no sticky tape on yet, and you're going to put sticky tape on here. And you're going to be as close as possible to the edge, because these ones are going to adhere to your album cover and therefore need a lot more contact. 1 strip just wouldn't be enough. So I'm going to, here I'm going to glue over the flap. So I stay slightly away from that side, never mind. And I'm putting this 3rd strip all the way across the middle, and you do this on the back side as well. One roughly in the center. And this one on here, which is fine. So this pile of pockets is actually ready to be put away for the meantime. So this is what you've got. You've added your sticky tape here. Make sure it adheres well. You can also rub the middle again where all the pockets are connected. just make sure that everything is nice and aligned, as you can see. All right, so we set this away and we're going to deal with our cover. The cover apparently is going to close together like so. All right, so we are going to adhere this bit together in the bottom, and I'm going to do this with the double-sided sticky tape that is extra sticky, extra strong. So I'm going to put this down here right next to this. This is going on like so, and this is going on like so. So, and this second strip then has the other piece of sticky tape on here. So you're gonna peel it off. And you're also going to peel this off here. And these two actually need to be aligned together. Best bit, I'm trying to figure out which is the best way to show it to you. So if you fold this corner, this bit fits into this fold like so and like so. There you go. So this is what you want to do. Give it a good rub. And this is your cover that is going to take your pockets. Okay, so this is how it's going, and you can see there's a much larger distance here, and this is because I actually have created tags for my little pockets, and this is the Monday pocket, and that's why you need the height. Tuesday, my Wednesday tag, and it's very simple. I'm going to tell you in a minute how I made these tags that will sit on there, and they have a paper clip that will allow you to put your shopping list, for example, on that tag. What happened here? Nothing, everything is fine. And my Saturday and my Sunday. Oh, I've missed out one pocket here. Oops. I was just going to say, why am I short of one pocket? I put them in the wrong way. So this is my week, basically, that I would have. So I have, this is a tag that has no day on it, but this, for example, could be my shopping list if I put my recipe idea for the day on here. So you can actually use it for all sorts of things, appointments, and I'm going to do the same with this pocket that has an extra large tag here as well. The tags still need to be decorated, but this is how it's going to sit in it, and now you see why you needed the extra height here, so that your tags sit in your album and you can still close it up. So this is the idea of it. And about the tags, they are very simple. This is just a piece of cardstock, and I've given you the measurements already. You need to do 7 that measure 7 by 3 1/4, and 2 that measure 7 by 3 1/2. So the 3 1/2 is the large ones, and these are the weekdays. And this actually is just a big paper clip. Do I have a spare big paper clip? No. No spare big clip. You know, the extra large ones. And I've used this punch. I went on my computer and I just printed the weekdays twice, like 2 Mondays, 2 Tuesdays, 2 Thursdays, and so on and so forth. And then I punched it out and glued this together. Before I glued it together, I used Tempting Turquoise to ink my edges, and that's how I created the tags. Actually, how do you call these tabs? The tab that sits on the tag. Tab on the tag. So this is how the album goes together. This is the idea. But before we can actually glue in our pockets, we would first of all need to put our eyelets in, because apparently we are going to have string attached to this. So I'm going to find the center of this. I'm going to eyeball that. So I'm going to align them. Going to use my handheld punch, which is this one. And then I'm just going to roughly eyeball where the middle is, in my opinion. You can measure it if you like, but I'm not going to do it. I'm a bit lazy. I'm just going to punch through both layers in one go. So this is my hole for my eyelet, and I'm quickly going to set my eyelets. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. This is the eyelet toolkit that I use. I know that in most online stores it's not available anymore. It's from Woodware Craft Collection. But this is what I use. And it's a very good tool, and if you have, of course you can set eyelets differently, but I'm using this tool. But if you want to buy it, Woodware Craft Collection Eyelet Toolkit, but I can tell you, you will be probably quite disappointed, because most shops are sold out with it. So I'm going to put my eyelets in and come back to you. So I'm back, and as you can see, my eyelets are in. And this is what the inside looks. It's going to be covered up with a piece of cardstock later, but I'm going to measure that cardstock after I have put in my pockets to get the perfect match there. What I'm also going to do on this one is I'm going to round the corners later on. So these corners are going to be rounded, but I'll do that later as well. Next thing to do now is actually make a decision what you're going to use to close it up. So I have available this color. I could also use this. I could also use this. Well, this is no, I don't like it. I actually, because I'm probably going, oh, I think I'm going for a plain color, just like this one here. So I'm going to pull out a strip, rather long, like so. And I'm going to pull out a second string, rather long, like so. Measure it, make it the same length. And what you're going to do is you're going to feed this through your eyelet or slit, whatever you made. If you didn't make a hole, if you don't have eyelets, you can just make a hole, but then make sure you reinforce your hole with extra cardstock. So you just pull this through like so. Can you see it? Yes. So I'm going to pull my ribbon through like so, and I'm going to stick some double-sided, but I'm going to use the extra strong one. So I'm going to put some sticky tape down here and a second one right next to it. Like so. Then I'm going to peel it. I always rub it really well to make sure it adheres perfectly to the underground. And now I'm going to just pull here, making sure this sits nice and firm. And now you see why there is a need to cover up, because this of course isn't the prettiest view, but we're going to cut a piece of cardstock that's going to match up here, and then once that is in place we are going to round the corners. We do exactly the same. So this is what it looks from the outside. You have a very neat solution. Your string hangs down here, and when you fold it upwards, it will be very neat when you tie it. So this is the first part, and we're going to do the same on the second side. So again, what I do is I'm folding my ribbon in half. I always have to use tools. You feed from the outside to the inside, because you're going to adhere from the inside. So apparently this makes more sense. Come on. This one doesn't want to come. Oh no. Okay, here we go. So I have folded this one to that side, so this one is going to fold to this side. So I am going to adjust my ribbon roughly the same length, and we repeat exactly the same. So you're going to put down 2 strips of the extra sticky red tape, and right next to it a second strip, Then you rub them down really well, peel them off. Oh, this one doesn't want to come off. And then you fold your ribbon, and I'm actually placing it here, and I pull here, making sure it's well adhered here. This is how I place it down, okay? So as flat as possible, as straight as possible, because it's, and then you check, and this sits nicely as well, because when you fold it up, this is how it's going to sit, and that looks very nice and tidy, and this is exactly how we like it. Okay, what have I got here? That was my paper trimmer being blunt. All right, so at this point you actually can now bring in your, I have to take out all my tags. Come out. I'm going to put all this away. And you are going to adhere these. And now make sure you catch the right side, because this actually is the bottom, because here they are adhered to there. Here, wait a minute, no they're not. This is where you can still get your finger in between, because that's the inch you left. So this is the upside. The side where the inch is left here, that is the upside. So this is how it goes into my album. And I am going to peel off my strips on this side. And then it's a bit tricky to glue these in to your album and make sure they are straight and sit and centered, but it's not impossible. So what I do is, this side that is safe, because I'm using that to align my sides, you know, to keep the distance right here on both sides. And I just stand this up, and then I carefully and slowly, before I press it down, I turn it around and have a look, and I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to fold that flat, give it a good rub, and do exactly the same on the other side, and that's my pockets in place. So all you do now basically is you stand up the album, and you press it. That's it. So this is the body of your album already assembled. Now, as I said, we are going to cover up this bit, so I'm going to measure this quickly, because that varies. 2.5 inch by 4 it should be, yes. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces measuring 2.5 by 4 inch, and we are going to glue them against this. All right, so I have actually cut 2 pieces 2.5 by 4, and as you can see, this fits exactly on here and all the way down to where my pockets start. So this is how I'm going to, and I'm going to use wet glue to glue this in place, and then I'm going to use the corner punch and round my corners. So I'm going to do this off camera, because this is really boring, but this is what you're going to do next. So this is what we have at this point. The inside is covered with your 2.5 by 4 inch piece, and once that is glued in place, you can use your corner punch and round your corners, and basically the album is ready to be tied together now. And the next thing you would need to do is, first of all, to understand how this is going to sit. These are going to meet at the middle of the bottom. So this is how you are going to glue this in place after you've decorated it. So you would need to do some stamping on it, or designer paper, or whatever you like. So this is the first part, and the second part comes in from the other side, placing exactly the same. So I'm going to use wet glue for it, and then here at the bottom you will have these two pieces of cardstock just so to meet, okay? And this is the best you can actually align it, and then you glue it in place to the front of your albums. So this is the outside decoration. And basically now is the fun part of it, because before I can glue my panels in place I would need to stamp them, and I would need to also stamp and decorate my various, I'm going to take all my tags off for this, my various tags that are going to sit on my tabs. So here we go. This is the whole week. These are done already. I prepared them beforehand, and I now have to make my mind up, because I'm going to, the design on these tags is going to be the same as the one on the outside, because as you can see, these are the ones. This album has, I used the en français background stamp, and I also used the so eclectic stamp set, and I repeated the design on my tags. So I'm probably pretty much going to do the same on this one here. So I'm not going to do this on camera because I'm going to bore you to death. I might show you one, but actually all of you should know how to use a stamp. So this is needs to be put in place, and die cutting, there's still a bit of stamping and die cutting to do, and then decorating it, and that's your album finished. I'm going to come back to you with my finished version of this, but basically this is how you assemble it. So this is, as you can see, taller because of my tabs that are going to sit on top of my tags, and but it's the same width, but the thickness, because this has 9 pockets and this has only got 6, so this is a larger one. And yeah, you can amend the size to your own needs, and I hope you really like this idea, and I can't wait to see your results. Please, if you scroll down in the description box of this video, you find a link to my Facebook group. If you haven't joined yet, why don't you join us? You're welcome to do so. And then you can show us your makes. You can post your pictures and your tricks, and if you have questions about Stampin' Up! Products, feel free to ask me, because I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and always happy to help. Well, great. Thanks for being with me today. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and you are getting crafty. Have a nice Sunday, and see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The button is there in the corner. Thank you very much, and bye.